This is the Viltrox 28mm f1.8 full-frame lens for the Sony E-mount. Today, we have it on the Sony A7IV is what we're reviewing it on. Let's check it out. So the price point for this lens is $379 US. So just keep that in mind as we go throughout the review. So some facts about this lens. It is a well-built lens, all metal construction for the body. The lens hood is plastic and it features an STM stepping motor that does support eye autofocus. It's got 9 aperture blades, a USB-C port on the bottom of it for future firmware updates, and it is also compact and lightweight. It is very easy and simple to travel with. Now let's talk about the aperture ring, aperture range. The aperture range of this lens is 1.8 to 16, and I'm not sure if it's just specific to the lens that I'm reviewing here today, maybe just a little fault in the one that I have, but the aperture ring can be a little bit sticky whenever you are rotating it sometimes. It's not every single time, but it's certainly constant enough that it's noticeable. So that's something to potentially be aware of. Again, I don't know if this is all the 28 lenses or just the one I received. Although I will say, when it comes to aperture ring rotation, if you are interested in aperture racking, I will say that the rotation of the aperture ring isn't exactly fluid. It's not nice and smooth, and you wouldn't call it a well-oiled machine, if that helps give you some mental images of what the rotation is like. It's doable, right? It's fine, but it's not premium. It's not premium. Autofocus. The minimum focus distance is 14.6 inches, which is 37 centimeters for those in non-imperial countries. And I will say the autofocus missed some close distance focus photos when the subject was closer to the lens. It missed some focus on some of the photos that I did take. It was certainly not beneath the minimum focus distance, but I'd say maybe around the 50 to 60 centimeter range. I did miss some there, but in video operation, it was always smooth, it was reliable, and it could definitely make for a good vlog lens if this is, what you are outputting. It's a great focal length for that, and its autofocus is really nice and smooth and sharp. Focus breathing, here's the test. You'll see, watch the right corner of the room. I have it lined up when I'm focused in infinity to be in line with the edge of the wall on the right-hand side. And you'll notice as we come in and go to our minimum focus distance that the corner of the wall, it just does appear. So there's just a very minimal amount of focus breathing present in the lens. Chromatic aberrations, overall, it is really quite clean. There is minimal fringing when it's wide open. As you can see on the edge of my vest here, there's some fringing going on around the edges, but it's nothing extreme. It's nothing extreme. When it comes to lens flares, they are present. It's not amazing. You see what happens as you open it wide up. It gets a little bit better. Closing comments / personal experiences. Let's wrap this thing up. So this is actually a 2022 lens, but got delayed. And so overall, this lens was really nice to use. It was simple, compact, lightweight, nice focal length for landscapes. As you can see, the waves rolling in. It was a great time down in Florida. But if you are going to take into consideration the price point of this lens is $379 US. Now, taking a look at its competitors, you would have the Sony 28 f2. That is an older lens. It's got also a smaller maximum aperture. You've got the Sigma 30mm, that's more open at f1.4, but again, that is not a full frame lens, that's an APS-C lens, and it is also older in its years. Then the third competitor would be the Samyang 35mm f1.4. So again, it is wider, and they have a Mark II version that was released, I believe, last year. and that's gonna come in at around $500. It depends if you catch it on sale. The Sigma 30mm is actually on sale for about $289 right now. But this Viltrox, it's up to date, it's current, it's a current release. It was just released, so it's got you know, the improvements that come with newness to it, and it's also coming in at a lower price point, and the errors that it does have are actually quite minimal, right? There's no incredible errors. So I think this is a great lens. It's a great option if you're looking at a more wide angle lens. I would absolutely consider this Viltrox 28mm. It was smooth, and most of all, it was reliable and dependable. All right, that is it. That is the review. If you found it helpful, you can go ahead, hit the like button, consider subscribing. Links for purchasing the lens are down below. That's it. I hope you take care, have a wonderful day, and remember to let the light in.